Hey guys, Pat here from Rain Country. Today I'm going to build a noodle drying rack. Mama Rain put in a special request for me to build her a noodle drying rack. She got a little noodle maker at a garage sale there a few years back, maybe it was last year, and she just wanted to start making noodles on that thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing going for her. She's eager to get started on making some noodles today. She got some special flour in. I don't know what it is. But anyways, what I got set up here is I got a battle plan for a little rack. This is going to be the base back here, and this is going to be the rack that holds the dowels. So there's going to be a couple of dowels that come up off of this base, and there's going to be the dowels that go into the bottom of this, and then there's going to be the drying rack dowels that come off of this. So fairly simple design, but if any of you guys are interested, here's I got a little jig set up here. This little jig, I have it set up to where I have special boards that actually go in here for the fire starter puck jig. Different little setups that I can have for getting holes just in the right places. Now here's one of these jigs that I build, and that's what I built this frame for, so I can get a little faster at making those puck jigs. This little drill press here actually has a stop guide on it, so I can wheel this these two knobs down here and have this stop at any given point. What a guy can also do is put a little piece of tape on the drill bit, or Forstner bit here. A little piece of tape, and then when that tape strikes the very top of your work, well, then you know that you've gone deep enough. That's another way to gauge the depth of your cut. But I'm going to use this little taper right in here. This little taper right here that ends right here. I can stop with the dowel depth right there at that taper. So I just hold the work up next to this little fence here, nice and tight. Line up my hole. So these holes here will be for the upright that go into the base, the dryer base. So I have that marked the center. And these will go all the way through. Now a little Forstner bit, it loads up with material. So what I'm doing is when the drill press is actually running, I just drag the pencil on the back side of the cutter head, and that dislodges all of this extra. This stuff kind of cakes up on the inside of the cutter head, and so in order to free that, I'll pull it up every so often and drag the pencil on the back side. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, you see the little bit of material gets lodged up in there, and if it starts to smoke a little bit, that just means it's loaded. So I drag the pencil, and then it knocks all that extra material out of the cut. Sometimes I don't have to do that, but sometimes I do. also a partial cut. I cut that the same depth as I cut the hanger portion. Okay, here we are at the compound miter saw, and I've got, let's see, how many of these 12-inch, I'm going to cut these at 12 inches. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to cut. So I want them to be exactly the same, so I'm going to set up a little jig here. I already cut this in here off at 12 inches. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to butt the dowel just right up to the tooth. Hold that there with my hand. I want to put this little block of wood right here and take this quick clamp and make a little natural stop to hold my material in place. So each one of these is going to be exactly the same length as I cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the end here. Okay, we have all the dowels cut out. I have this bottom here. I just want to dress this up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of a shape on this corner here at my little miniature shaper. So that's what we're going to be doing next. Anytime Mama Rain gets excited about a kitchen gadget, I'm all for it. I'm all thumbs up with that, because usually it means good groceries. So I'm going to go ahead and get this finished up and get it in there to her so she can make some noodles. Alright, let's see if I can get this thing put together. Got all the parts cut out. I got it all sanded down, and so I'm going to go ahead and see if we can make it all come together. Well, I think as far as I'm concerned, that's a little bit wobbly. Now, I'm sure that that would be fine for her noodles to hang off of there, and it would be plenty sturdy. But I don't like how that sits, so I'm going to do something a little extra here to gusset this up a little bit here. So, got to go back to the think tank. Okay, what I've come up with is a couple of little extensions for this. And hopefully this is going to stiffen that up a little bit. I don't like how wobbly that is. That's going to be fine for drying her noodles, but I just want to go ahead and get that stiffened up a little bit, see if we can make that a little bit more rugged. So I'm going to go ahead and get these sanded down. I got this hole that runs clear through this extension piece. So I'll get these sanded up and cleaned up and come back out and see how well this stiffens this up. It looks like that looks pretty good, so we'll just take this one step at a time. Again, this is a kind of a research and development going on here. Okay guys, I'm here at the counter, and I have all the parts here for the noodle rack, and I put a coat of beeswax and coconut oil on the wood, and so all the parts are dried, so I'm ready to assemble it. So we ended up with 10 12-inch 5/16 dowels. Two go to the base. And that ended up being pretty solid for what it is. And the last one. Okay, well, Mama Rain's going to be running this thing tomorrow. She's got all of her flour over here in the corner. And she's got her pasta maker over here in the corner. So, I think she's ready to make pasta. Glad you came along and hung out with me in the shop while I made this today. Take care and God bless.